Hey guys, welcome back to BeautyBook. Today I'm going to be talking about my favorite makeup brushes and what I use them for, so we'll go ahead and get started. I'm going to start off by the things I do first, so my foundation. I usually tend towards a beauty blender, but if I'm like lazy and I don't want to get it wet and I'm in a hurry, then I'll use the M439. I just got this and I actually really like it. It does take a lot of product, but it's pretty good. So I use this and I just buff it around, or I use my beauty blender. The next thing is concealer. I don't use anything else but a beauty blender for concealer because I feel like if I use brushes or anything, I tend to get cakey and I don't like having like flakes or like being able to see lines here. So I always use a beauty blender for my concealer, and I usually don't wear concealer every day, so when I do, I use a beauty blender. The next brush I'm going to talk about is my contour brush. For my contour, I usually use the M523. So this I use to contour my face. Like if I'm trying to get like a deep contour, then I use this and I'll go in with it like this. But if I'm trying to get more like a bronze look and not so like of a straight contour, then I'll go in with this one, which is the Sigma F40 brush, and it comes in like one of their sets. So I'll use this if I'm just trying to bronze up my face, or I'll use this to contour and then go over it with this brush just to buff it out and make sure there's like no like harsh line in a sense. Then for my blush, so I usually use a brush like this to go in with my blush, and I'll go in with it like this so it's not too harsh or it's not like too pink or whatever color blush you're using. So I like using a fatter brush. For my highlight, I'll go in with a fan brush first, and this is just like from Coastal Scents. It's like a regular fan brush. So I'll use this brush first, and then to make my highlight like even stronger, I'll go in with the M501. So I'll go in with the fan brush first, and then I'll use this brush to make it a little bit stronger and just hit it like from here to here, because I really want like that highlight just right here. So I use those two for my highlight. And then to highlight my nose, I go in with this brush right here, and it's the Pencil E30 brush from Sigma. And I use this one just to highlight my nose, like the tip of my nose and right down here. And I also use it to highlight above my brow bones and a little bit on my cupid's bow. So this is like really good detail. And I use it for my inner corner. So I love this brush. I use it to highlight like all my high points. And then to clean up my contour, I usually go in with the beauty blender and I just like go like this, or I'll take the brush I was using for foundation and I'll go like this with it just so it cleans it up a little bit in case if there was any fallout. So I'll just go like this. And then my favorite blending brush is this one right here, and it's a Sigma E40 brush. It's like a big buffer brush. I literally use this almost like every time I do my makeup because it works so perfectly. Like I can take any color and I'll just put it right here. Like I did that today. I'm only wearing one color shadow, and I just put it right here and it fits in perfectly. And then I also use this to contour my nose like this in the bottom, and then I'll put a little bit right here. So this is another good one. For my eyebrows, I don't fill my eyebrows too much because they're already pretty thick, but when I do use the R44 brush right here, and I just use it to fill in my eyebrows lightly from the ends and a little bit from the inner corners, because I have barely any hair in the inner corners, but I have pretty thick eyebrows. To put shadow underneath my eye, like my waterline, first I'll go in with this brush, which is the Morphe M213. It's like a really tiny brush, and I just use it. I use the darkest shadow I want to use, and I'll put it just in the outer corner and put it as close to the lash line as I can. And I'll just use a brush like this to go ahead and buff out the bottom after I go in with the brush like this. So another one of my favorite brushes is brushes like these. They're like the double-ended ones, and they usually come in palettes, like the Naked palette or like the Anastasia palettes, and they actually work really good. These are like the brushes I would always use like back in the day when I didn't really buy that many brushes, but these work amazing. Like this for like buffing out the color and blending it in is amazing. And this side I always use to pat color in the middle, and I use it to like do my brow bone. Any brushes like these, they work really good, and they come with the palettes. To bake or to put powder underneath my eyes, I use the M438 brush, which is this one right here. And I just take whatever powder I'm using, my translucent powder or my banana powder, and I'll go in with it like this. And it works amazing. Like this brush fits like perfectly into here. And then I'll put a little bit right here on my forehead, on my chin. So basically everywhere I highlighted. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Those are all the brushes I usually lean towards or tend to use more, and they're basically what I use almost every day when I'm doing my makeup. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you learned something from it, and if you did, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and bye.